America is a miracle and is a place where our
Absolutely.
dreams come true.
Absolutely. And I love that you said that. For me, yeah, it's choosing to be grateful to, like, that's what, to me, it's like, happiness, the pursuit of happiness means choosing every day to be grateful that we're blessed to live here. We're blessed to live in the most amazing country where we can be free to pursue our own dreams. So thank you. And then the last question is for someone out there who wants to get involved, but may not know where to start, or maybe scared and think, I don't know if I can do that, or these problems are so big, I'm not going to be able to make a difference. Or I'm too busy, like I'm a mom or I'm a dad, and I have a full-time job. Like what advice would you give to them, and what would you tell them about getting involved and how to get involved?
Americans are capable of achieving extraordinary things when they have the freedom and opportunity to do so. This is American Potential.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the American Potential Podcast. I'm your host, David Fromm. This year, as America celebrates 250 years of independence, we're reminded that our story has been shaped by people who were born here and those who chose to make this country their home. Today, you'll hear from one of those Americans. Heather Andrews got to attend the Let Freedom Ring concert and spoke with a woman who immigrated to the United States and is now helping educate people in her community about America's founding documents and the principles they represent.
Thanks, David. I'm here with Ana Benson, ahead of American for Prosperity Utah's Let Freedom Ring celebration here in Salt Lake City, Utah. Ana's story starts a long way away from here in Peru in 1987. So Ana, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So let's start at the very beginning, because it really intrigued me. You never intended to come to America, like, at all. So what was happening with your life in Peru back in 1987?
Well, it happened to be I'm supposed to be married at that time, and I find out that my future husband cheated on me, and he broke my heart, and I was really sad about it. And I was looking for peace, for calm in my life. I need a new place. I need something different than my environment that I had.
Right.
So, and it happened to be that I have friends. They came look up to me. They knew what happened. They were talking to me, and one of my friends offered me to come to USA and be able to find peace and calm.
Well, that's wonderful. And I think a lot of women out there can relate to the heartache of having someone, do that. And I'm so sorry you had to go through that. But it sounds like, you landed in Southern California. Is that right?
Yes,
Landed in Southern California when actually Ronald Reagan was president. So tell me, what did America feel like to you in those first few days? And what surprised you about being here versus being in Peru?
When I arrived to America, I didn't know how it's going to look. I heard a lot of good things from my father on the table, talking about the great country America was, talking about all the success and how the government helps their people, and there is no poor people there. And I remember he was talking about, and that is the knowledge I did have. So when I came, I was remember that, but when I came, I see everything well organized, everything well clean, nice people. And that was my first day. And then little by little, I started meeting people, American people. And that was really, really, they were a great example for me to become someday an American citizen.
So you spent 35 years in California, and you said you started noticing some changes in the state, the regulations, the propositions, and working in a school. You had kind of a front row seat to all this. So what did you see, and when did it start changing for you there?
What I noticed, I was living in California for so many years, and 87, it was totally different. It was more conservative, more family-oriented, California. But little by little, or year by year, it started changing when we have a governor. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was a governor in California, couldn't do much to try to go back for those years, back to the years of Reagan. He was trying, but he couldn't. He didn't. But California started changing when they started creating propositions, regulations, legislations, and start putting more handouts for illegal immigrants, for people who. I know there's always need, but I think some proposition, it was just to gain more people for voting more Democrat in the state of California.
Right.
How does that happen? The state, a nice and beautiful state, they didn't have any debt. I mean, didn't have debt as big as when I lived, it was like $30 million in debt.
Wow.
So how is that happening? It's happened through the years. It didn't happen in one year.
One time, right.
No, it came little by little.
Yeah, right.
Adding more, and adding more, the state start changing. And that's what I noticed. And when they put a proposition, they always trying to disguise those propositions.
Right.
They didn't tell us the right thing. They told us, oh, this is going to be for you. Oh, sign here.
This will help the children.
Exactly. And people believe it.
Yeah, they do, sadly. Yes, they don't really look into it and do the research.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was very hard.
That is really, really hard. So somewhere in that time, a friend asked you to help out with Mitt Romney's campaign.
Yes.
And so you knocked doors and made phone calls. And as you did that, for a lot of people, the first yes to, helping a campaign or candidate, and especially knocking doors and making phone calls, it's scary reaching out to people. So tell me, what was that like for you to get involved for the very first time in a campaign?
Well, 2008, Mitt Romney was campaigning, his first campaign. He didn't win the nomination, so he did the second campaign in 2012. So we were active, me and my friends. Teresa Dix, one of my leaders, I remember that, in Riverside County, and she put me on it, and then I said, okay. So very good leader.
Yeah.
She told me, okay, you want to learn? Come with us. And we went to San Diego, we make phone calls, and we reach a certain amount of money, and we can be able to go to another meeting, and we can see personally Mitt Romney. Okay, this is so good. Now, next event, you guys want to learn more? You guys got to come and ride with us. There's 2 buses. We're gonna go to Nevada, and we're gonna knock doors in those districts, and we're gonna get the count. We're gonna motivate people because election is coming, and we need you.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. I wanna do something. Because sometimes when you frustrated what's happening in your states or in the government and nothing changed, you frustrated, you feel like a depressed. I wish I can find the right word.
No,
you feel frustrated.
And you feel angry and frustrated. And
exactly.
Yeah.
And you want to do
and you're
something.
Like, what do I do? Yeah.
I want to do something because sitting in my couch and watching TV, watching the news, it doesn't help at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. We need more people like that are like, instead of getting on social media and getting on in these endless social media battles, like it's great when people actually do like stand up and say, what can I do to make a difference? And I mean, and as you probably made phone calls and door knocked, it got easier and easier to talk to people. It's actually fun to have conversations with people.
It is.
And people love to have people, like they just want someone to listen to them, right? Like, is that what you found when you were making phone calls and talking to people?
You feel like you're not the only one who think that way.
Right.
You're not the only one who's asking for, for justice or asking for less taxes, etc.
Yeah, you find like a lot of like-minded people out there that are like, oh yeah, I believe in that. I want to make a change. How do I do that? So I want you to take us to the day that you were sworn in as a United States citizen. So what was that? And that was in 2001, right? Okay. So paint that picture for us. What was that like for you?
Well, it happened in 2001, and we all of us know what happened in September 11.
Right.
September 11 was assigned as my day of interview. And I remember getting up and getting ready for my interview to go to the Immigration Service office in Los Angeles. So I remember getting up and I turn on the TV and I see what's happening, the terrorists, the airplanes in New York, everything. I was so scared. I was so sad, and I asked to my husband and my kids, let's pray. We need to pray. So we got on our knees and we prayed that morning after we find out what's happening. And my appointment was in the afternoon. So I get ready and I went to my interview. Sad, but I went and answered all the questions.
Right.
But the interview ended, and then, okay, now I'm gonna go to my second process, which is go to the arena, Long Beach Arena, to do the oath ceremony, to be in the oath ceremony. So I went in that day, that was October 17. I went there, and I see a lot of people, probably 3,000 people there waiting. And everybody was talking about what happened with September 11. It was everybody on their mind this sad day.
Right.
And I remember being there, and the judge took the time to speak, to tell us what happened, to tell us exactly how he felt. And it was really touching, the words that he said about the terrorists, about our freedom, about what is required from all of us, they becoming new citizens to fight for this country. And it was really impact me in a way that really make me change. It changed my whole perspective to become an American citizen. And the sad part, maybe I can tell in the other.
Yeah.
The sad part was I was sitting in the arena, and it was 2 or 3 seats next to me. It was 4 guys sitting in the same line, in the same row, and.
Also, who are going to become citizens. Okay.
Exactly.
Yes.
And they were sitting there. They fold their legs. They didn't even get up, do the pledge of allegiance, or put their right hand on their heart for the national anthem. Nothing. So when it was time to do for the oath, we need to get up and wave the flag that we been given.
Yeah.
And they didn't even get up for that. And I was looking, and I said to myself, what is wrong? What is happening? Why they don't feel the same thing I feel? I was so grateful in my heart.
Yeah.
I felt a big love for this country. And the grateful that I felt is because this country gave me freedom. And I understand really well what freedom is.
Yeah.
So when I remember that day and see those 4 guys that didn't pay any attention and they didn't do anything to celebrate to becoming American citizen, it was so sad. But the joy was there in me.
Yeah.
That joy.
What a beautiful experience. And what a bittersweet time to have that happen. But yeah, you'll never probably forget that day ever for many reasons. Yeah. That's so incredible. So from there, tell us what happened from there. So you then, life took you to Utah, and what you found, here in Utah surprised you, that a lot of good people simply hadn't really been taught about the Constitution or the other founding documents. And so what did you decide to do about that?
One of the things, there's a lot of events that happen in my life. They make me decide to do this.
Yeah.
You mentioned that I was working at the school. Yes, I did. And I was show people who I am. I'm a Republican. I'm going to be both for Mitt Romney. I'm going to do this and that as a Republican. And when you work in a system when everybody is Democrat, or they paint you like you are the bad person.
You're the problem. You're the yes.
So that's the way I felt when I was there.
Got it.
Yeah, but what you after that motivate me is for me to do something to do something for people that don't know nothing about history.
Yeah.
And I find out there's a lot of people, they don't feel the same way I feel about America.
Right.
And I was wondering, why? So when I asked them questions, they really don't know history.
No.
They really don't know about the Constitution.
Right.
The three pillars and the government.
Yeah.
They don't know. So
Yeah.
So that is when I said, Utah give me the opportunity, and I'm doing it. And I feel such a joy when people come to me and say, I never knew that America has that beautiful history. I never knew that America can give us the real freedom. I didn't know.
That's so beautiful.
It's so rewarding
Yeah.
for me. It brings me joy when I see people changing their hearts.
Oh, I can only imagine. Yeah. And so you help teach them about the founding documents, and then you also offer citizenship classes. And, many women signed up, right? Is this correct? And, 25 people finished and earned it. So what does it mean to you to kind of walk that road with somebody else and watch them go through that process of becoming a citizen like you did?
Teaching the Constitution in Spanish, talking about all in my own language, it brings me a lot of joy because the communication is, like we say in Spanish, pueblo to pueblo, or the connection is just directly with the person. We have 17 countries that speak Spanish in here, in Utah and everywhere, 17 countries. Now, my goal was, we need to be united, because when you try to form a group, a Hispanic group, you're just not going to get Peruvians or Venezuelans or Mexico. No.
Right.
You need to get the 17 countries
Wow.
to come together. So we all of us, because we all 17 become one nation, American dream. So it's for my goal is to be able to find leaders for each different countries and taught them,
I love
teach
that.
them, unite them, and embrace this country. That is my goal.
That's beautiful. What a wonderful goal. Yes, I love that. So after you came to Utah, you connected with a group, Moms for Liberty. Is that right? No, sorry, Moms for America. Okay, yeah, we were just talking. I'm like, oh yeah.
Okay.
Moms for America, and the CEO asked you to do something pretty bold, which is to start the first Hispanic chapter here.
Yes.
So tell us all about that and what that was like.
Well, she called me and she asked me if I want to represent the Hispanic community for the first time in Utah. They didn't have any representative. That I can become the state director for Utah Moms for America in Spanish. And I said, well, it's going to be a privilege for me, and I can be able to teach. I can be able to let them know what I know about the Constitution, about USA history.
Yeah.
And it was like a vehicle for me. My experience about what happened with those 4 guys in the ceremony when I was doing my oath. It brought me, and I said, okay, this is your chance now
Right.
to be able to teach, to be able to pass and let them know there's always gratitude in our heart to do and to give to this country.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell us some more about the Hispanic community that you've, been able to reach out to in Utah and other places. Do you find that they're traditionally conservative, or do they tend to lean the opposite direction? And have you had success building the chapter out and reaching that community as someone who is, from?
When I had the assignment, I was thinking a lot about our grassroots. I was thinking about people that come in and here. They only resident permanents. They're not becoming citizens yet. And I said, well, that grassroots, maybe I should start teaching them so they can become citizens soon, in 5 years or less. And Moms for America told me what was my plan. My plan was to bring a leader in each city, but from different countries. I don't want all of us to be one country.
Right.
I want them to be a different country.
Represent a different.
Exactly. So they can bring their own
culture,
people, and we can gather together and we can celebrate. One of my best experience I had is when I was celebrating Mother's Day. We teaching one of the classes from Cottage Meeting, which is ladies first. In that class, you talk about Abigail Adams, John Adams' wife, a woman who represents America, who fought for us, who trying for women to be able to vote.
To vote, yes.
So I tell my group, okay, why don't we bring different women from different countries and tell us about one hero, a woman hero.
Yeah,
so Bolivia brought it, Argentina brought it, Chile brought it, and Peru and Venezuela. So they came and I started the meeting, the event, talking about Abigail Adams. And then all the other women, they start talking about those women, the amazing women. The good thing about this, it was all those women from other countries, they were fighting the same thing like Abigail Adams was fighting. So that really, wow, we all have something in common.
Yes.
So that's
so
something that can unite us and not divide us.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's been well received. How many members do you have now that regularly attend?
We have people that follow us in our meetings, 25, sometimes it's 30. But
that's wonderful.
We have in one event, but we growing.
Yes.
We are growing, and the good thing is about the classes that we give about the master class, citizenship classes. It gives us the opportunity for us to reach out people that are getting ready to become a citizens. And we're doing this in collaboration with Restoration of America. But like I said, Moms for America, it showed me the path that my dream can become true.
That is
what I saw in the past. Now I cannot just thinking how bad was that experience. No, I can change that, and I can make it like it really happened. I want this dream come true.
And are these women, when you're meeting and talking about these principles and some of the talking about history and these heroes, is it resonating with them? Do you feel like that they're now kind of like you, like proud to be an American and like really, really grateful to be here in this country, and very grateful to also hear about the principles that this great nation was founded on. How is that message being received by these women?
That message is well received because they don't know nothing. They don't know even.
So they're starting from
why
scratch.
is 250 right now?
Oh, okay.
They don't know. They don't know. It's such a lot. But my experience was Ermelinda, or I have another person too, who told me and said, look, I've been resident for 10 years, resident permanent in here, and I never had the desire to become a USA citizen. And she said to me, but after those classes, I want to become a USA citizen.
That's wonderful.
And that was
beautiful.
really...
Yes.
And another young mother come to me and she said, Ana, thank you for these classes. I never knew the USA did all the sacrifice for the freedom in this country. So, and she's a young mother.
Yes.
She's a young mother. And I told her, come to our meetings, even if you have your child, bring him here. There's not going to be any problem. But I think for me, it's very important as a leader to connect with them. It's not just a number, it's a person.
Absolutely.
I don't want to see numbers. I just want to see people connect, become their friends so they can trust in me and they can have somebody to follow by those principles that we're learning in the cottage meetings and the 28 principles from the Constitution.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much for all the work you're doing on that. That's incredible.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you to Moms for America for giving me the opportunity, to Restoration of America, to you, to American for Prosperity. I'm really thankful for all those opportunities that you have. And someday I want to see hundreds of Latinos that can raise only one flag, American flag, but in their heart, they can still loving their own country.
Right. That's what I was going to say. They don't
Yeah.
have to like forsake
Yeah.
their culture and their country. And I love that you bring that, that you brought that, like bring someone, a hero from, a woman or anyone that from your country, from the history. And let's talk about that, because you can weave that into, and not forsake that and still be proud to be an American and still be a great American. Yes.
Yeah, just let them.
We're the great
Let them
melting pot
come.
here. The great
Exactly.
melting pot here.
They can come here and they
Yes.
can bring their have. Because we're not trying to change who they are.
Yes.
We're trying them to embrace this culture and
Absolutely.
integrate.
Absolutely. There's room for everyone.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what makes this country so beautiful. Absolutely.
It is. This is America.
Yes. Of everything in the Constitution, the phrase you love the most is the pursuit of happiness. So why that one, and what does it mean to you?
I think we all of us want to be happy. All of us. Everybody is seeking for happiness.
Very true.
But sometimes happiness could be only one moment, one day or 2 days when you are on vacation or when you are doing something that you really like it. But real happiness is when you live in a place that give you the freedom that you looking for the real happiness too. Real happiness is to live freedom and share it with the people you most love, which is your family, you extended family, your friends, everyone, your co-workers, your neighbors, everybody.
Yes.
That's pursue the happiness. I came sad when I came here. I came very sad.
You did. You had a very full circle from coming here broken and sad and needing healing, and
And look,
now you're able to be happy and pursue your own happiness.
pursue my own happiness because I know what is the way. I know what is the way. And I know if everyone, all the Hispanic community could be identified in search for that happiness, things that really happen
Right.
to them. They live in this country and they didn't feel the freedom yet
Yeah.
because
Absolutely.
they need to read, they need to study the Constitution, they need to read Declaration of Independence, the
Right.
Bill of Rights, and pursue that happiness because it's possible. America is a miracle, and is a place where our
Absolutely.
dreams come true.
Absolutely. And I love that you said that. For me, it's choosing to be grateful to, like, that's what, to me, it's like, happiness, the pursuit of happiness means choosing every day to be grateful that we're blessed to live here. We're blessed to live in the most amazing country where we can be free to pursue
Yes.
our own dreams. So thank you. And then the last question is for someone out there who wants to get involved, but may not know where to start, or may be scared and think, I don't know if I can do that, or these problems are so big, I'm not going to be able to make a difference, or I'm too busy, like I'm a mom or I'm a dad, and I have a full-time job. Like, what advice would you give to them, and what would you tell them about getting involved and how to get involved?
Well, I think the first thing for me is have desire in your heart that you want to do a change. If you really want it, and it's in your heart to do something and take this frustration away from you, is you need to do something, you will find the time. Because time is precious. It's precious,
Absolutely.
especially when you have children, when you have a husband and family, and you have to work. But it's always, even 10 minutes every day, trying to read and learn something. If it's only 10 minutes that you have a day,
Right.
grab a book or just look at, research. Go to Google, go to and find the history and look and seek, and you will find it. Really, just I give you the challenge, 10 minutes every day. it's a
I love
freedom.
That's beautiful. No, thank you so much, Ana. Thank you so much for being here, for sharing your beautiful story.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you for all you're doing, and for that. I don't even want to call it one small step, because I feel like you've taken a lot of one small steps throughout the years, and you're just taking giant leaps at this point to help others learn about and how to take their one small step. So really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And if you enjoyed this episode and want to stay connected, do us a favor and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And always remember, liberty and freedom are not to be taken for granted. So don't. Get out there and defend them. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you at the next one.
Thank you for listening to American Potential. You may listen to more stories from Americans working every day to expand freedom and opportunity in their communities by visiting AmericanPotential.com.